This week in Jamaica Now, $75 million cocaine bust and a big US dollar haul in western Jamaica. In Clarendon, how the police seized ganja worth $255 million. Then, British Virgin Islands premier arrested by undercover drug enforcement agents in Miami. Kingston mother still in grief after her footballer son is killed.
My son. Can't even back and do like when I cry.
Police make arrest in their probe into the ATM explosion in Portland. Kingston College schoolboys locked out over their hairstyles. And CSEC to delay CSEC sitting this year following appeals by candidates for more time to prepare. I'm Damian Mitchell and this is Jamaica Now. A global multi-agency probe is now underway into the seizure of nearly $75 million worth of cocaine in western Jamaica. The police have also seized more than $5 million and counting. A 46-year-old businessman who was allegedly transporting the drugs is one of two persons taken into custody by the police. His identity is being withheld. A female bartender from White House in Westmoreland was arrested in a secondary operation after she was held allegedly with a large quantity of ganja. She has reportedly been charged with several breaches of the Dangerous Drugs Act. Other operations were also conducted in St. Elizabeth, the Narcotics Police Division revealed. The US dollars, along with an undetermined sum of Canadian currency, were found in a three-story dwelling during a search of the property. The police have theorized that the money was derived from criminal activities. It's reported that the businessman was the sole occupant of a motor vehicle that was intercepted by a joint police-military team in Coral Gardens, Montego Bay. 11 kilograms of cocaine with a street value of $500,000 was found hidden in the vehicle. The drugs seized led cops to the house where the cash was found and Westmoreland where the female was arrested. In Clarendon, ganja valued $1.7 million or 255 million Jamaican dollars was seized on the coast of Cullen Bay on Wednesday. No arrest has been made. Shortly after midday, cops from the Marine Police Division conducted an operation in Cullen Bay. During a search, several white knitted bags containing the weed were reportedly found hidden among mangroves. The drug, weighing 1,714 pounds, is the second major bust this week. British Virgin Islands Premier Andrew Fahey is spending the weekend in jail after being arrested in the United States on drug trafficking and money laundering charges. The arrest was made during a U.S. operation led by the Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA. It was not linked to a commission of inquiry in the BVI, which focused on governance and corruption. Deputy Premier Natalia Wheatley is now acting as the Premier. Fahey and Olivine Maynard, Managing Director of the BVI's Port Authority, were taken into custody by drug enforcement at the Miami Opelika Executive Airport. The two officials were arrested after they met with undercover DEA agents posing as cocaine traffickers to check out an alleged shipment of $700,000 in cash on an airplane that they believed was destined for the British Virgin Islands. The DEA agents were reportedly posing as members of the Mexican Sinaloa cartel. Fahey and Maynard were reportedly in Miami for a cruise convention. They went to the airport Thursday morning to see the alleged load of cash after the DEA agents told them that the money was a payoff for allowing the cartel's future cocaine loads to be transported through the British territory to the United States. Melorine Gizzard, the mother of slain footballer Omar Leng, walked along Luke Lane in Kingston on Sunday in her son's football gear, his socks and boots. The 18-year-old footballer was killed by gunmen on Friday. Meanwhile, Leng's 1-year-old daughter, oblivious of her father's death, hunted for him in the crowds of mourners that swelled outside the home and other hangout spots. Leng made his debut in grade 9 while playing for the St. Andrew Technical High School. He was set to travel with Jamaica Premier League team Cavalier to the 2022 Caribbean Club Championship in the Dominican Republic next month.
Last week, 4:35. My son wake me up on my sleep. Mommy. Jump up, I say, I want my liquor hands, I say, mommy, look here. I say, I want the on the phone, I want. Mommy, me get call. I say, get call for what? Mommy, me get call for under 20, Jamaica under 20, mommy. Me get call, mommy. Me get call. Was a joy, me I tell you, was a joy. But happy me could keep it to myself, me have to walk and tell everybody.
The police have launched a criminal probe into the early morning explosion at the Scotiabank Automated Teller Machine ATM on Harbour Street in Port Antonio, Portland. A security guard injured in the blast is in police custody. He had been hospitalized after he was found with cuts, burns, and a broken leg and other injuries in an incinerator at the rear of the bank. The explosion, which happened around 4 o'clock on Saturday morning, damaged the ATM and the entrance to the banking hall. Shattered glass was found up to 60 feet away. Commanding officer for the Portland Police Division, Superintendent Kenneth Chin, told the Gleaner that a high-level probe is being conducted by several entities. A parent has threatened legal action against Kingston College, KC, and the government if her son performs below par in the upcoming external exams following the lockout of students in a grooming firestorm on Tuesday. Her child was among scores of students who were turned away in the morning after their hairstyles were deemed inappropriate for the classroom. Grooming rules are a recurrent cultural flashpoint in Jamaican schools, but hairstyles in particular are the source of the greatest contention. Some school leaders argue that a departure from the institutional rules creates an atmosphere of chaos and compromises notions of authority, but critics counter that administrators are guilty of micromanagement and mount roadblocks to education. The Education Ministry has issued broad guidelines, but schools have some leeway. Meanwhile, the Caribbean Examinations Council CSEC is delaying the 2022 exams by 3 weeks. Jamaica's Education Ministry had been appealing to CSEC from as early as January for a postponement of the regional exams. CSEC administers the Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examination and the Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate Examinations. The examinations will now start on May 23. And that's it for this, my final episode of Jamaica Now, our weekly review of the big news stories. It's been my honor bringing it to you over the years. Thank you so much for showing up each week. Remember to send us your comments at onlinefeedback@gleanerjm.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Jamaica Gleaner and on Facebook at Gleaner Jamaica. Like this video on our YouTube page. Subscribe today and turn on your notifications. I'm Damian Mitchell, and before we go, grief in Kingston after a footballer is killed.
Me hear the shot them in the house. I hear the shot them. So we are running come out now. Meanwhile, me are running come out. Him father running come in. Him father upon a who get shot, a who get shot. So meanwhile, me are running go around them. Me see the people them are run come meet me. Them are run come meet me and say, Melorina, liquor on. Me say liquor on. So me look turn over my baby now the eye. My baby teeth gone. All of the bar left. All the bar left in them eye. You know when you buy cod liver oil and you bust it and the little juice on out of it, left the little white something, and that's alone left in them eye. I'm going to identify my baby and my finger, I'm pushing on my baby mouth. My sister the one of the teeth top and bottom lick out me, I tell you. Can't bear hungry for them kill me youth. Me not live nowhere good. Me not live nowhere good. Him not growing in a big house. Him not born with gold spoon. Me just gotta get the gold spoon now my mouth. Me just gotta get the gold spoon now my mouth. Me a plan for God match today. Me whole boy a plan for God match. Me say me gonna rent a bus. Anytime I play a match, I have a man with name Lanky in him house full. In him house full. Anytime I play a match in them full. The man them just want to see him even on the bench them make nice. I want him up on the bench. Them, anytime the camera catch him, I be nice. Can't be hungry for them kill my son, John.